a shocking revelation. The Dimapur Naga Students Union has revealed and alleged that one Nirmal Jain, a resident of Dimapur, has been duping the Naga people for a very, very long time. Now, the Dnsu today here at the press conference has claimed that this Nirmal Jain, who is a businessman over here, has been selling properties to the non-local people for many, many years, but then without proper legal documents. Even his indigenous certificate is supposedly illegal, claiming that even the father's electoral number does not exist as well. Now, these are all proofs that they have attained, which the president and his colleagues of the Dnsu will be revealing in the press conference, which you will hear later. And then they have claimed that he has been occupying illegally the land and also selling it in terms of crores. Now, he has been also chased away from Delhi doing the same business over there of selling land in Delhi, but then they have heard, though not corroborated, that he was chased away by local goons also as well over there. And then he came back again and started doing this business again. Now, they have claimed that even in the 4-lane property, as we speak, he is free to sell land right now, and that they have asked the government and questioned the government as to how he received all these documents, that where he can be providing these people who are procuring the land and properties. He has said that the president, that they are going to submit a letter to the Deputy Commissioner of Dimapur, and in turn I hope that it will reach the Commissioner of Nagaland, and expecting action to be taken by the government. Now, citing that this is a huge land mafia game that is Nirmal Jain. He is playing this game, and the future of the Nagas is at stake, is what the president has said as well and alleged. And they have questioned if these papers were procured legally or illegally, because he is not a resident of Nagaland, or in fact Dimapur. He only came here in 1983, is what they're saying and claiming, and that these documents cannot possibly be legal, whatever he has procured. Now, the president, Hinoto Aomi, has questioned that if this is the government's doing, and if so, who are the guilty officials? Or did Nirmal Jain cheat the entire state, the people and the government of Nagaland? The Dnsu has said that if the government does not take action, then they are definitely sheltering this Nirmal Jain. Now, viewers, they have also said that they are expecting an action, but then from the government, but then the Dnsu, the Dimapur Naga Students, will keep exposing such type of persons, especially when it comes to selling the people of Nagaland and the land that belongs to Nagaland. Let's have a look at today's press con.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you, media fraternity, for turning up in such a short notice. The office of the Dimapur Naga Students Union has convened this press conference to address a matter of serious concern which directly affects the rights and the future of the Nagas, which is the illegal occupation of land by non-locals individuals using fraudulent documents. The office has undertaken internal fact findings, and we possess credible and documentation and proof of these unlawful activities. We want to be very clear, and please be reminded that we are not against the non-local communities who are doing business here and living peacefully within our state. However, we strongly oppose those individuals who comes in the guise of doing business and earning a livelihood in our state and engage in illegal activities like the illegal occupation of land. One such case involves Mr. Nirmal Jain, who has illegally procured land and illegally procured an indigenous certificate. He claims that he is a genuine citizen, genuine indigenous of Nagaland. However, the proof and evidences which we have in our office speaks otherwise. Subsequently he has purchased land and engaged in multiple transactions which he is not legally entitled to undertake. The Dnsu has gathered sufficient evidence in this matter, and we are bringing this into the public attention not because of biasness or hatred towards anybody, but to protect the rights and the land of the Nagas. Let it be known that the office of the Dimapur Naga Students Union will not be taking law into our own hands. We will be officially submitting a letter to the government through the Deputy Commissioner of Dimapur tomorrow and urge the government to initiate a thorough investigation and take proper legal action against the culprit. Furthermore, we also appeal to our politicians, to our bureaucrats, to our Naga national workers and influential Naga people not to support and not to shield such individuals. Let the law take its own course of action. We do know and understand the level of influence such person has in our state. He is someone who boldly declares that he is closely connected with the politicians, with the bureaucrats, and all these things. But the rights of the indigenous people cannot and should not be compromised under any circumstances. The office of the Dimapur Naga Students Union remains committed to safeguarding the interests of the Naga people and will continue to be a voice against any injustice in all forms. That's from my part. I would like to give time to our colleagues and President to highlight in detail.
Oh, thank you, RGS. The gist of the issue regarding today's press conference has been clearly explained by RGS. However, I would also like to add some points. Nagamanukhantu Article 371A Mohangke protect Kurigenase explicitly protects non-locals from exploiting us. Regarding the ownership of land also, this means that non-locals are legally prohibited from purchasing lands within Nagaland. Any transaction that attempts to bypass or violate these protections, including through proxy ownership or the fraudulent use of indigenous certificates, is illegal, null, and void, and will be challenged. On May 29, Dnsu also gave a press release regarding this. Manu non-locals can be she fraudulent means para inia kurine mati kini gene buhiase aru itu ekla nohoina tai khan la bitor de transaction kuriase aru itia this particular name Nirmal Jain tai illegally fraudulent means para indigenous certificate loi gene ase aru he is one land mafia na line mafia kubo tai ini mati laga pata khan bi tai temper kuri gena bikiri kurubo manu non indigenous manu khan ode bikiri kurubo inia kuri gena ahi ase tai tu le tu 2002 de indigenous certificate banai na ase itu bi ma khan GS par ko nishina we have compelling evidence to show that tai tu le tu pasala non indigenous na tai 1980s de Dimapur de ahala ase kuine man itu khan khobor pura evidence pura ase man lode aru tai du le du mohan tai ke office de bi jaine log paise yete bi aise ina une tai du le du ma futani para ko ase moi du le du dangor manu khan ke jaine ase like under naga political groups khan ke bi dangor manu khan ke jaine ase government te uli dangor manu khan ke jaine ase kuine imam futani para bi mohan ke ina bi koise to mohan du le du we will, like we said, will let the law take its own course of actions, but the government should take and initiate strict action, investigate kuro lage kuine mohan tu itu government ke mani ase.
The office of the Dimapur Naga Student Union
We have studied, we have thoroughly discussed, we have intensive research, and we found that Nirmal Jain is no other than a land mafia in Dimapur, associated with some high-profile people in Nagaland. And we are also shocked to see that he had already acquired buildings and properties in and around Dimapur in someone names. So if the government of today can evict the land encroachment in airport Dimapur, then the government has a right to seize the property of Nirmal Jain under the Article 371A, ownership and transferring of land and its resources, preserving the traditional rights of the Naga people. And the very land of the Nirmal Jain can be used as a public property or for development purpose. Thank you.
Regarding this issue, we had a presidential meeting on 21st this month, Saturday, the month presidential meeting. That's we so Mati se Mala Keman constitute units can be president can be GS can Matigina to Lavi thoroughly discuss Kurse. Aro we so Manuki Queting Exun Manubra Bahala Manu Exun Pra Charta, pasta plots, properties in a waiting. Aro Dushan being a same follow protection, Mana future generation to he inherit grow. Mana future generation na Bachan Gareto Matido Nathaga. Aro itu one of the biggest crime mase. Plot law to legally law to there is different. When we fraud documents pra itu banayengena, manuke fool kurigena, and I'm sure from the government officials, so you go to big shots can be involved as it then. In a tie, so for the tie up in a puro parse. So the Dimapur Naga Student Union, we seek the public support also. Kena mane Marikla pato voice could help come there. Man note 12 tribes as a Dnsu under Dnsu 12 tribes as a so man probably to fight for like it. You don't take now we have mana decision to us. It one man urge correct. Public give man I just fight to strong from one the support to you going urge correct.
The involvement of non-locals in buying and selling tribal land is highly sensitive and often a controversial issue. It typically involves legal, historical and ethical concern, especially with regards to tribal sovereignty, land rights and exploitation. At the end, the government officials should also be questionable as of how these things have turned this ugly. Thank you.
But can you take us back to how these activities came to light?
Dimapur Naga Student Union, we gave a press conference. I think last year we also said that we will be doing a verification, especially on ILP. Now, when we talk about verification of ILP, most of the people assume that Dimapur Naga Student will just walk out of the street and started, asking ILP inner line permit or pass to random people. But actually, it was not like that. We just said verification in a sense like to some high-profile people who are misusing the identity in fraudulent means like procuring of indigenous certificate, or maybe they came before prior to 1960 or not. So that we actually meant. So we are doing this verification, fact finding on our part. Then we came to this this Nirmal Jain issue came to the light. On asking around to few non-locals individuals who have procured land, whether they are indigenous or not, almost all of them, non-locals that have purchased land here in Dimapur, is all sold by the Nirmal. Then we went and we also had a talk with him because he's senior, elder. So with respect, we went to his office and we also had a talk. Then we found out itu Nirmal Jain la kahani tu public na jane. Holy be high profiles kan kunba kan noile down man khan noile gunba government officials khan mi bureaucrats khan mi Nirmal la itu tala activities ta ki koi tu jan thakino parabo that I highly doubt it kilo man ke lok jane Nirmal la itu ada bata hobo jane sab man be ekta khato hai aur ita bhi Dimapur de mati vikas hai itu to mati kun vikas hai to Nirmal jen vikas hai koi तो ये तो माती कुन आसे तो निर्मल जन विकास कोई माती तो निर्मल जन माती आसे कोई आरो ट्रांजैक्शन की खान सब निर्मल जन पर करासे माती तो दाम फिक्स करबो ऊपर सब तो जाइगने सासिलो तो डॉक्यूमेंट्स तो नागा मानला इना थाकिसे तो ही वाज स्मार्ट ताई तो स्मार्ट आसे ऑनेस्टली तो ताइला लेन माफिया थाकिसे ही केम नागालैंड दाता अर्ली 80s ता 80s ता एंड देन ताई तो Sohalan Shetina couldn't ask the local accountant for 2 years. And then that's how Tara first Tai Dimapur Hat. So the 80s station. So what he did was the indigenous certificate Kina I will give you the files because Midasa flash Kurbo, Manita the public domain to expose Kubana, one nation to expose Quas. Itu Tala indigenous certificate said 2002 there apply Kodina Takisha. तो 2002 दे तो निर्मल जैन son of late Balchan Jain resident of Kalibari village town council in Dimapur district of the state of Nagaland belongs to Marwari community and that she Nirmal Jain and his family ordinarily reside in Kalibari village a town in Dimapur district of the state Nagaland and his legitimate guardian name has been registered in the electoral roll published on 05/02/1964 electoral roll day vice serial number 681 kindly note this electoral roll 1964 day serial number 681 tam voting rights eta saisa pra take indigenous dish to ami kan 1964 681 serial number te jai shakule to I will prove tai kina korna tai either tai government officials logo tai link up thakini to banaise na tai government ki tai dhokha di kina banaise itu thakibo clear to tai bishi chalak ta he is very clear, he is a very mastermind, everybody knows about him down high performance tai jan thakbo tala activities ki ase 681 there Balchan Jain to ami itu dikhilu she and then I call him first motel office jata hai to ki gobo I'm gonna just pro commissioner he's talking about all these high profile people national workers nabil politician nabil and he even said that before I was born he is here in Dimapur to mohi duplicate naga ta hi original naga dishi and his attitude the audacity to say kilo mologa ase government ko dibi government ko diase na to the attitude of Nirmal Jain boldly speaking that government ko dibi itu matlab to mokhan ki olop dot lage ase ki involvement of government bi asni ki tai the way he boldly called to we were also wondering how can he even blame the government mola mokhan la babne to mokhan itu satu mo down verification ground de tu tai tala bhai khan bi ase kuise na to tala bhai khan Nirmal Kumar Jain tala naam ase na Balchan Jain la chokra Nirmal Kumar Jain tala bhai la naam Pradeep Jajari Dilip Jajari, Ashok Jajari. Aadhaar card, PAN card, sub, and they are all related. Son of Balchan Jain. So Pradeep Jajari la documents kan tibi son of Balchan Jain likhina se Ashok Jajari bhi to. Aur tala dadu Nirmal Kumar Jain. Which Nirmal we are talking about. 681 electoral roll de to itu Balchan Jain tu tala babala naam nishna. Example, ami kan nagaman bi hinoto noile hokabi bishas to. To itu Balchan Jain family poila thaka tu apni khan bi arte nanist for electoral arte amar sabo already documents ita it's okay already anyone is open to write for arte and see apni khan sab parbo to huna tu itu Balchan Jain family khan tu khandan khan tu manipur na kunba jaga te ase kushi to what he did was itu Balchan Jain tala baba no hoy aur itu Balchan Jain tu 681 de Balchan Jain thaka tu tala bacha khan tu Baurilal Jan Balchan Jain na it's very hard to pronounce actually Mahavir Prasad Balchan Jain Kapur Chand Balchanjan. If you want to note it down, you can note it down again. Media there is na. Yeah. So 681 1964 electoral itu Balchanjan to Nirmal Jen la baba. Itu Nirmal Jen la itu Balchanjan la chokra which he is claiming to be his father is Pratip Jajar la baba se Dilip Jajar baba se Ashok Jajar baba se aru taham tinjun to Nirmal Kumar Jen la bhai kana se na. तो किन कोनो उतु बालजन ला छोकरा अलग इतला छोकरा अलग और दूसरा बालजन और I went through all this 1964 electoral roll तो दूसरा बालजन और दुईटा আছে মই साथ में तो इतु बालजन भी nowhere it is related to this Nirmal Jen तो ताई इतु indigenous to ताई recruit कितना ताई माटी भी किंगेन আছে माटी किंगेन আছে माटी किंगेना माटी भी पातो number 40 duck number 218 under block number 6 Dimapur Moza number 1 so itu tala pata bhi ita ase he think he can outsmart us tala documents dishe he is very good in documentation but unfortunately tala itu indigenous certificate pra take durmish to ita tak before lende tai mati bikase tai pra bikase tala mati pola prasguli documents tu tala nai and his active involvement in selling of land to his own people and non-locals. So 1963 para आगे पर आहा मान खान ना ये नागालैंड बोई जाएगी ना 1963 before the creation Nagaland still आहा मान खान तो their identity is here non Nagas indigenous ना their identity is here तान मुरली बिटोर मुरबुदो so their dream is to get one small land so ताई जाने तो कि non locals मान खान kun yete 1960 आगे प्राय से हम तो yete থাকিবला से बाचा खामी तर ब्रत बसे they are not going back to their native homeland so tai itu kan mati bikaise randomly na tempering of duck number and tempering of cheetah book everything hogi na side wrong occupation so tai itu kan sab manipulate kun tai bikai na se I was told that kunma man ke du indigenous na thakha man ke bi mati bikai na se bushi so itu kan mo publicly expose korbo paise kole to now in regard to this itu Nirmal Jen tu tai Nagaland tai kina tai first tala kam tu tai accountant kota shibushe Sohanlal Shetty na kumala jete accountant 2 years mission nokana tai boi thakina tai itu matila business start hoise matila business start hoigina tai ekbar Delhi bi jeshi Delhi dibe same thing disputed area khan jaga de tai mati local khan ke huna tu weapons bi kinche koshe তাতো locals গুন্ডা খান ইউজ কৰি কিনে তাৰ মাটি কিনে তাৰ পইচা বেছি কমাইছে তাতে বি তাতে পইচা বেছি কমাটো তাই নাগালেণ্ডে খুশি মুশি কৰিব পৰা নিচিনা দিল দেতা না পাৰে তো ল এনফোর্সমেন্ট এজেন্সি এডমিনিস্ট্রেটিভ তালা পিছে কৰাছে তাইতো আৰু তাই দিল্লী वापस আহে না নাগালেণ্ডে वापस আহে না হি ইজ কন্টিনিউইং দিস এক এন্ড আই ওয়াজ ইভেন টোল্ড দ্যাট তাই কোনটো লোকাল খান ইউজ কৰিছে দিল্লীতে লোকাল গুন্ডা খান ইউজ কৰিছে ইটো গান পৰা গান পইণ্ট পৰা তাকে খিতাই দিছে বুজি তাই ভাৰ পৰা আইকিনে আপনি ইটো তো মেবি হি ওয়াজ ইনটু সাম বিগ মাতিলা কোনবা ট্রান্সলেশন ডাউন কৰি থাকছে নেকি হি আর্নস এ লট অফ মানি তো এনে তাই তাতে পৰা আৰু তাই পৰা লেংটা হৈ কিনে নাগালেণ্ড আইছে আৰু তাই নাগালেণ্ড পৰা ষ্টাৰ্ট কৰিছে তো মাটিটো পইলা পৰা তাই কিনে ৰাখিন থাকাটো তাই মাটিটো বিট বাই বিট বিকাছে আৰু আই ওয়াজ টোল্ড তাই কোনবা নাগা মানটো তাই লগত ইনভলভ থাকা মানটো অলৰেডি তাই লগৰ পৰা বি হাতি গৈছে কৈছে মাটি বি তাহন পৰা লৈ লৈছে কৈছে তো এট ওয়ান পইণ্ট আই এম নট ট্রাইং টু বি বায়াস উইল বি কোন নাগা মান নাম পৰা মাটি লৈ কিনে নাগা মান লৈ ল'ব লাগে তো No one is saying. Clear to involvement. Kiba si involvement. For example, I'm kan nagaman ki ite ami aita mon bikha to. Ini ekta chutu mutu court case kore. Criminal court case kore. Makan tete guarantor bisare to. To poisa karni guarantor jai ke na man ke bail kode man jai court par mati na ho jaye. Am kan nagaman phas jaye to. Example. To nagamai na jani bish bas kina se. To itu Nirmal Jen to he cannot continue doing this. Itu am kan na mati আমি খালা নাগা মানলা মাটি তাই কিনা কিনে ফ্রিলি ইউজ কৰিব পৰা আছে তাই কত বই তো ডকুমেন্টস খান বনাব পৰা আছে না আৰু দে ওডিসি দিছে that আমি কি নকবি গভর্নমেন্ট কি কবি গভর্নমেন্ট বনাই দিছে স্মাইল কৰি কিনে না তো তাই অফিস দি মাতিছে we gave him enough time to কি প্রুফ করবে কি আপনি খান তো 1960 আগে পড়াইছে তাই প্রুফ করব পারে না কিল তাই মিছা আছে তা ফ্রড তাই তেলা বাবা তো 1960 आगे पर हाई के ना आसी को ताई कोई के ना आसी भी Baljan Jen दुईटा तीनटा आसे तो and some of the Baljan Jen came between that year na to itu to tala baba no ha man khala history koi kina mokhni ko asul tala asul ba balchen jen to 681 serial number 1964 te electoral roll te nai to itu this the electoral roll itu electoral ase all the details here na to apni khan ki moi tu pchete soft copy apni khan ke whatsapp te patai dibo to itu to we are demanding the district administration and government of Nagaland to further investigate in his active involvement into land mafia. He is very powerful. Honestly, I'm saying. Mati atunde to army khan ta khanna samaj ki bhi mati she. To samaj ki mata to bhavishya ki samaj khan brai bhi tai ke kiba ki bhi talo pote kiba karwai kurboni ki because reputation of the Marwar samaj biya ho jobudo ruining the reputation because it will involvement illegal activities involvement to the entire I was told that he is also one of the respected in their samaj to matisha aha to Nirmal jen gusa logo samaj la leader khanu uthikina ta ke breathe kurishe which means he is very powerful ekdam powerful and people respect him also individual elders come take respect kuna se or he is a habitual offenders tala case bisha ase hali mahan evidence proof nai mahan mit to kola man nai hali tala offend tai to his habitual offenders ara taila adat ase ki any difficulties I should tai to ola pare so this time also he thinks that he will do it will be pressure to the uto to dalgina koshish korshe hole bi ara nai itu to ami khan to jiti itu government of Nagaland edition order kam te Nagaland mati khan bi idu korina asulu na jiti am khan na administration khan or government of Nagaland pra itu Nirmal jen itu land mafia itu fraud ke action law nai koile tu ami khan public khan ke ami khan request korase itu tu Nagaland na bhal kam karni korase Nagaland la identity Nagaland la mati la khata ka ase de it gardi the public khan bujwa lage we will continuously exposing such people indigenous kiman loi kina Nagaland la mati king kena ase it ara ami khan request korase ki hoishe Nagaland kun khan ta logo Nirmal logo involve thakise kole tu no lebi Nirmal logo close relationship thakise kole bi inika activities inika man ke tu support nokurbi koi kena politicians hobi bureaucrats hobi national workers hobi itu tu nokurbi koi kena national workers will be the movement of the national workers is to protect the identity and our land our itu mati aram khana pejan karni ta khan bi koi kena ase politicians also being a politician they are supposed to protect the Nagas they are not supposed to pave a way to the outsiders to exploit the Nagas itu karni itu bujibi public kan Dnsu kan hoda Dnsu kan ki issue jine issue chilo public kan hoda support kore this time itu issue to bishi sensitive ase we need your support are itu to action to korbo lage no shiglo to itu man ke action koran to tai to continuous korbo ase aro knowing the fact that Dnsu is after him in this case he is still boldly selling off land somewhere in the foreland aro itu mati bi tala bin hoy ataila ase holibi documents tala nam pare bin to itu আমি kan government kan ki request korase authority kan request korase karwai jabo lage investigation jabo lage aru itu taila tu tabra 1960 pra aibi naibi tabra goisha dalap tai tu tala baba tu 1964 la pra aigena se kushil tu prove korbi na tala baba tu kundi atakse kundi jagara takise na eta prove dibo lagi to prove nai to ta khotobra gasu to ara tai prove koshilo ta dusaman balchan jen nam loi thaku which is not his father ena koni to balchan jen na indigenous to immediately seize korbo lage itu kan to ami kan later le DC ke later dibola ase ami kan la just proclamation commissioner of Nagaland gibi dibola ase sorry itu indigenous to seize korbo lage aru itu indigenous la nam protai mati loi kina thaka any privileges and benefit have taken through this indigenous should all be seized should all be stopped koi kina am kan to koi das
Dnsu today, police file FIR, any plans on that? Or only after approaching the government, you expect the government to file suit on it?
actually see ami khan itu first ami khan konishna public expose koro no kurish ara khan public expose kors kle public expose kors itu sapan jan bolai the way he talk and the way talks are going around he is closely linked with so many high profile it seems na jane ta to mohan durana holbi Durusha koile, no like any government officials, chances are there that government officials are also involved in issuing such kind of pata to him, na. Tai mati kiman biga ase itu pata bi tai pra banai dia tu. Namra naga manas ko itu naga man ke mati ken kushin tadi ko ata pata nasne tu. Kiman square feet ase, total length of square feet ase, pata number kun da ase, dak number ke ase, na. Block number kun di jaga da ase, itu bi nasne tu. To ko nishne itu sab officials can be involved kan thaka pare. Holy bi ko nishna. Ami kan publicly expose ko work out for accountability and transparency. As a Dnsu, as an NGO, pressure group, also to the administrative, let the public know. Itu action take loan itu. Itu bisa kami kan evaluate group mana, ki kola se. This administrative ko siklo to, khota kola kam nahi to. Evidence are there. Sida jai kena seize korbo lage to, stop korbo lage to. Itu indigenous certificate to ini. Ita to indigenous certificate no koi de. The government has decided to give PRC, permanent residence certificate. Itu pura indigenous tak to. To itu kan to sab close करना रखी बोला क्या? There is no such कि कार्रवाई जायशे गुली भी इतो immediate evidence ऐसे electron 1964 अमेरिकन इतो list भी ऐसे attachment I will give you तला माती भी ऐसे ताई माती अमेरिकन के submit कर दी इतो एकला दिशा भी तला नंबर 2 दिन भी थको पड़े इतो दुपरा ओलाई जबो land revenue officer office दे जाके ना तला दिशा सुधिकले तो तला नंबर माती किमान ऐसे ना property किमान ऐसे इतो ओलाई जबो तो itu tu government lah se. In fact, mati loina thaki tu government na thaki tu. Encourage करना भाला आसु तो. itu karena itu American public lead government olai kena se. itu bisa American letter likhibo to our Commissioner of Nagaland through our DC by tomorrow. Aro itu tu makan presidential meeting bi kurna se. We have been discussing regarding this case for so long with our trouble in it also.
Train station there, how much enforcement is going on, and it is open secret that previous administrators or officials have given out the land pata illegally. That is the issue with the government. So how can you say that the government will be serious about this particular one case also now, if they don't want to show that they have been involved? What is the next step if the government does not take action? Just as how they are not taking action with many other cases where land encroachment or land pata is concerned.
See, we have received complaint about that matter also, including this encroachment of government land, public land, government land by individuals. Itu like you said, itu train station lah tu. Encroachment land itu kan issue tu at district administration with all the COSOs, and especially under Naga Council, collectively itu issue tu. Itu Naga Council pura lead करना खुदा का. So I think the right person, the right body to give answer is Naga Council, headed by the Naga Council. Obviously, we are also into it with the Naga Council. तो होले कौन इशना इधर development कोर्स के लिए तो इधर तो when it comes to itu Article 371 there. See, I'll tell you Article 371.
Forgive me for stopping you there. But what my colleague asked is, what will be the next step of the Dnsu if the state government does not take action on this issue?
Or in this issue? No, they will have to. They are supposed to be. They are supposed to be a caretaker of the safety of the people. I mean, what to say? What do I call it? I forgot. I'm getting nervous now. That's why. Constitution क्या say? They are supposed to follow that. Na, they are the caretaker. And they are the law enforcement agency. They are the authority, right authority. So it is their duty. They are not above the law. Even if they are authority, they themselves are not above the law.
But so, Nirmal Jain seems to be very confident that he's not going to get caught.
Whoever is involved with, whoever government officials is involved with Nirmal Jain, and that is trying to hijack the genuine issues of the Dnsu, of the Nagas, that government officials will also be exposed. They cannot run away from this. They cannot run away from this. Itu tu.
Since apni itu government official kan ni most election na buka se. To apni amra mingan ke poi dia lagan sab tu issue beto. Tai pata to ilu to naga manu lagan namral lui kina. Nana tai pekai issue. To jadi itu manual lagan namral lui kina peka manu tu local manu bi itu bi accountable hobo lagi. To issue le do ala upore apni kan expose kuruna no grupo aru do ala upore apni kan karwai kuruna no.
It in asset. There are kinds of fraudster. Legally man के fraud कराला, legally man के scam कराला, illegally कराला. तो আমি খান ইটো আপনি লোকাল আছে আপনি কি যাই কিনা মাটি তো নির্মাল আসলে মাটি তো আপনার ডকুমেন্টস আছে তো আপনি তো কব তো মোলা মাটি আছে কোনো কব তো কোর্ট জালি भी तो डॉक्यूमेंट्स अपने नंबर बनाए गए से तो इन दैट केस आमी खान तो वी आर नॉट द राइट अथॉरिटी टू कमेंट ऑन दैट कार्रवाई जब इन्वेस्टिगेशन जाएगा इन्वेस्टिगेशन जब से तखन फॉर एग्जांपल लोकल नंबर माटी तो लेके ना से निर्मल तो ना तो he has the right to buy land तो ताई तो सिस्टम तो कुछ खिला से तो nobody can do anything with निर्मल जन तो itu kan bisa bertanya sudah unfortunately kita lain bisnis seperti itu kena ek din cutu durba kadi itu asudo tai sak mon biya kurgina se tai ek tai naga haram mana se to tai aji duk paase del dibi jekna duk paase ide bi duk paase तो क्या असली ताई एग्जांपल जीटी निर्मल पर डॉक्यूमेंट्स बनाए से ताई नागा mana se tala number tala dak number ठीक नहीं wrong occupation ठीक नहीं तो in that case we can also question that local wala par holbi dak number ठीक था किसे ना पता kan ठीक था किसे बोले तो even if we know that it's निर्मल जन का mati ase bolbi itu local man prai haram ase tai prai local man prai tai ke support करसे तो मैं तते की कोडबो होले भी मैं को तो निर्मल जन ने issue लाते है itu local pra जोर प्राइस के तो that will also prove that he is also actively involved with निर्मल जन ना নহয় तो इता तो कुन भी नागा मन कुन भी नागा निर्मल जन के बच्चा बोली बहाने थे निर्मल जन को ताई नेशनल वर्कर्स कंगे जेथे सब ताई ना मुख भादुरे আছে আমি কও তো মই আমি তা বাজিন কে জানি কও তো মই भी सेम रे को 2 बार 3 बार लोग पूछो फोटो भी किछु तो মই भी ना মই भी वही पता ना मिनिस्टर के जाने तो नंबर भी আছে মই भी तो মই भी को पाबो तो মই भी इम नालंग नंबर আছে तो श्रीम नालंग ला মই भी सर्टिफिकेट रो नंबर আছে तो एज अ सोशल वर्कर वी हैव कांटेक्ट মই भी फोटो किछु আছে ना और মই भी नेशनल वर्कर्स के जाने खानदान खान भी नेशनल वर्कर्स खानदे আছে ना तो মই भी जाने को तो बट दिस आर ऑल मिसयूज टाइम इनी मिसयूज को मैनिपुलेट करছে আমি জানা तक तो হয় गवर्नमेंट ऑफिसर्स खालना इन्वॉल्वमेंट থাকা পারে হলে তাই गवर्नमेंट কাই বি তাই মিসইউজ করাছে ইতি ইন্ডিজিনাস তো মই জানা तक तो गवर्नमेंट তাকি নাজিনা থাকিব if I am not wrong হলে বি everybody নাগা মানু হবি দিমপড়ে থাকা নাগা মানু হবি প্লেস মানু হবি everybody knows that Nirmal Jain came in early 80s itu sab মানু কই হল Nirmal Jain তা খানি তো আলাকো itu আছে.
Apart from all the facts and figures that you have provided, at the end of the day, what matters is this real Nirmal Jain, whom you allege is now in Manipur, the son of
Balchan is the first name.
Balchan.
There is no such evidence of that, but we can go for RTI also. RTI marking to electoral to shift version hana na itu to tala bacha khan ko jai jise itu makan we do par bolbi.
So what you're alleging is this Nirmal Jain, the so-called Nirmal Jain, is claiming himself to be the son of Balchan Jain. Now Balchan Jain laga bacha bhi Nirmal Jain ka thaigo. Kharan ka thaigo.
No. Asul to dala babala nam bhi Balchan Jain ase aru utu malna nam bhi Balchan Jain ase.
So okay,
for example he's Michael Kat, I am Hinoto to tala babala nam to kaki gi thakise aru mala babala nam bhi kaki gi thakise.
yes,
So,
okay, so
yes, so I took his father's name and
so now
they are not
this, the real sons and daughters of Balchan Jain have you tried contacting them?
No,
and then can they come and prove, because in the court of law that will be the only admissible fact.
It is claimed that they have already migrated to
See.
Manipur.
even if they don't come in witness or not, that's not the issue here. Because Nirmal Kumar Jain la bhai to Pradeep Jajar asu to aro Dilip Jajar asu to ye to baas to takhan bhi Ashok Jajar asu to Bharwalal Balchan Jain to Nirmal la dada bhi noy buni bhi noy Mahavir Prasad bhi Balchan Jain bhi Mahavir Prasad Balchan Jain bhi tala दादा भी न भाई भी न कापुर जन्म तो itu kan asu to kina itu tala baba ki claim kora to itu baba to tala chukra khan to alag ase aro Nirmal Jain la bhai kan to alag ase to thik ase Nirmal ki misa kobo to itu haram mane se Pradeep Jajar tala dada bhi noy kina achan bhi ko pare hal bhi other card pan kan ase to documentation ase to tataro durlobo so itu to they don't have to come all the way from Manipur also itu dini proof evidence ite ase.
अच्छा तो सिंपली अपनी कॉल सब तो कई लेन माफिया ये किबा ऑपरेशन ना पासे और 4 लेन लास्ट साइड वाले भी माटी पे का से तो कई लगा specifically kundu area de tai operate kore aro secondly apart from this land mafia ala khan de bi involved ase kuna itu bi ami kan kobo pare so to ala ki de aro involved ase public domain de
No, I am all the apni koi dish no mati bishi bikai gena ase tai na to Nagaland number ta mati bikai gena ase na to Nagaland to marwari to samajh to supply korin ko than jabe na mati kiman bikai gena ase kiman non locals kamra ase kiman non locals 80% of Baljan jin bigala ase to we don't have to tell you na I mean sorry Nirmal jin bigala ase to na kiman non locals sita mati gena ase almost all the lands they bought it from Nirmal Jain. So that is the living witness. To kan ishna ami kan ek expose korbo kase ami kan jaino koto mati koto kinshe kole to Nirmal Jain koi to documents ka kole to Nagaland nam thake so this is it holi bi tade by chance but Nagaland par kingina thakishe aru itu man kan musa par bi indigenous thakishe thashilo to kinbo pare that means Baljan is very smart. Second thing is by chance bra indigenous man 1930 be indigenous certificate thakala kole bi itibi to thik nai na now the problem is mati iman bigai gena ase indigenous thaka man na thaka man logo kon government officials kan pra land pata bano ha tumte youtube plains man kan la non locals kan na indigenous certificate manga na yo that we are also wondering we are also trying to find out na second thing is Nagaland to আজিকালি তো মিডিয়া খান ওলাইছে নাই নাই বেশি পয়লা টাইম তো মিডিয়া খান ইমান কিবা থাকা নাই তো এক্সেসিবল থাকা নাই তো সো Nagaland নিজেও কোনো Nagaland ইতাবি বসি পালা যাইছিল তো তাহান দিনা তাহান তো নাছিল তো প্লেন আমি খান নন লোকস কিনি বিগাও না পড়ে কিন্তু তাহান বিগাব লাগব তো সামলেন অন পোলা পুরানো মান খান তো নাজিনি বিগাই দিছে পরে তো বিগাই দিছে নাজেন কেনা আর এই নন লোকল কি বিগাইছে আর এই নন লোকল বি লই লইছে নাজেন কেন হইছে বি কিনিছে গুলো তো land revenue officers jagina pata banabo to breeders and officers kan hoju to tahan to you are not supposed to buy this ko parbo to am kan chin regulation article 371 and land revenue officer regulation ka se ko parbo to so coin is there is a high chances kunma man system to guskini bi kam kor thake par gana ami to ase halbi first thing Nirmal ke action no wala we need to stop him tai to jane ase Diri sala pisha guna jana sa mati sab bigai kena Nagaland mati sab bigai kena pola jawala asu to crore posal kena pola jawala asu to itu kot hobo we need to stop him
So all the people who have bought land from him, the non-locals, will they be displaced?
we will do fact finding if we find any guilty mo kurunga aru din bi ata ekhan Jain samaj kan aise Jain samaj kan hadu Jain samaj kan bi Nirmal bra line kudishe hana to hole bi Jain samaj ko Jain samaj ko dise acha mondir thakise na for example this issue is very important sorry is related to this issue only okay but it is very important to Naga people should know acha non locals kan indigenous certificate digena mati kinmo pare indigenous certificate nai koile to mati kinmo na pare na noy to non locals organization kan kine ki digena mati kine under which legal terms what documents under which legal terms can the non-Nagas NGOs buy a land? It is very important again. At the legal terms लिखे ना से, आमी खान डाउन company खान अनोइले NGOs खान के बाहर मन का आगे ना माती किन बोल नहीं दे दो. We stop them. तो ये तो थका मन खान. तो why I'm saying this is chances क्या से बोले तो, आमी खान तो example Bengali समाज ना बिहारी समाज, नोइले जैन समाज Marwari samaj ka naam bara mati 1000 acres of land kin gena rakhilbu ta to kono duma man ke lagai dibo ki koro parbo to under which legal term digina se itibi mon question ko lagi de give did be example Nagaland hat pra in terms of crop kin lobo kono Nagaland to paisa kule to pakla jod na to in terms of crop kilbo bi naam pra to give did na mati to give did pra ta ham did dibo to they have money ekbar itu khul dibe na 1 week they pura Nagaland ki noi dukan they have money so this is the thing that the government of Nagaland should also itu issue kan itu chances of exploiting us in so many ways itu kan bon korbo lage even the non locals NGOs they cannot buy land stop korbo lage makan religious practice আছে মন্দিৰ থাকিব লাগে নহলে কিবা কোনোবা মানুহ ফেমিলি খান গিফ্ট দি কিনে স্কুল খান খুলিছে that's a different thing but apart from that it stop কৰিব লাগে not sure they have money NGOs non-local NGOs they have money and there is no such legal terms that the outsiders NGOs can buy land na likha nahi to at least indigenous thaka manti kibo pare ke na ase for individual non nagas indigenous to holbi itu samajla under the indigenous na thaka manbi kam kora asu to to ekta organization to human being noi takan kun to legal documents digina mati kina ase I mean submit kuri kina NGOs indigenous certificate nahi to ta kina na mati kina pare itu kan bi stop kodu lage mohan itu ta kan ni koi kina mohan ta huncha apni khan bajens project samaj kan mati kin kina ase guli to apni kan ku indigenous to develop bi noi organization non living thing na to kina dishe koisle ini kin show ko ase to matlab ta kan ini kin lesha iku dikra thakana ini bana lesha Ara makan we are thinking to buy more land and bring more development in Dimapur Kazi. Nah, we are thinking to buy more land again, build a school for Naga people Kazi. To build a school for Naga people, we gonna pura Dimapur hi NGO number kingin resle ko thobo. Legal terms se na itibi sabol lagi to.
Exactly which areas also are there that he has occupied land and selling it off. So that whoever is buying at this moment, they will be aware that it's going to be disputed or if the problem
disputed areas here. I don't know how this
area. There.
I mean, I think I kept the details in my home. Okay. See, one is now specific details will be I can go to by chance but specific details going to be if a person is found to be a genuine. Nah, tai genuine thagna tai ke limelight will be I think they can also put up a defamation case against us. So as of now,
mention the areas.
No, that as of now to unless we do fact finding process.
We also need facts and reports.
See, first of all, let us stick here. American verification is going on. Nah, fact finding I say we cannot just randomly give out. Please understand our position also. They also have their rights. They also have their advocates. There are due legal procedure they are also doing. Now let's stick it to the Nirmal having this fake indigenous certificate. Fraud करके ना government के धोखा दी के ना ताई बनाई के ना ताई तू indigenous के ना इतु लोई के ना माटी किमान किन के ना से ताला property किमान से इतु चीज करवा लगे ताला indigenous चीज करवा लगे in order to stop his other activities also already indigenous number किमान the benefit किमान the activities ना की business कर से किमान beneficiaries ताई लोई के ना से इतु stop करवा लगे first let's stick to this and then for other if we find anything again we'll call you back and we'll expose it in the public domain.
Last thing, verification drive ILP. Does this mean that the government needs to now really enforce strictly that these are not from way back? They have fake indigenous certificates.
Actually, encroachment of land and issuing of indigenous certificate is a bit different from ILP. Actually, again, that's different thing. ILP is actually it is not called inner line permit. Actually, ILP is supposed to be inner line pass. Or Aisha, they can extend, but they cannot renew again. They have to go back.
Someone like Nirmal Jain has fake documents, so he's going to get ILP
exactly.
easily.
So, poila tahan government of Nagaland pra ILP nidia karni ILP impose no kara karni to itu Nirmal Jain kan pra itu hasu to. That is why ILP is needed kwasu mohan to na. So as of now, administrative kan pra ILP impose kurishe na. So let us also be as a citizen, as a US and media fraternity, at this juncture, at least government is doing something. So I can government के support करले बाल होने की, एक बार fully implement तो करना, बोले आस्ते face by face. In notice that Arunachal होगी, Mizoram होगी, ना, कुछ हो जाए भी तक हमें first ILP था आपने they were hiccup, ना, बाल पर smooth बदलो पड़ा नहीं. There were so a lot of hurdles and loopholes. So sub-state भी ना था कि तो obviously महान government of Nagaland भी इतने impose करने तो problem तो था कि वो inconvenience था कि वो but let us support the government इतो ILP भाल पर impose करा आपसे offline kan government के allowed कर भी इतो पिछे we'll see what modalities should be there किन्ना का what type of mechanism to check इतो तो आरो महान we can further proceed on that part. Yeah.
When are you submitting to DC?
By tomorrow. Actually, we thought of submitting today, but due to some unavoidable circumstances, we couldn't.